Playboi Carti's about to drop his third studio album, which is crazy to think about since Carti's so big with so little music out technically. If you're a real Carti fan, you know that's not true because Carti has a lot of music behind the scenes. Today we'll be ranking those eras that correlate with certain Carti music. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Before people comment down below hating on me for placing this era so low, remember, this was his era with the least amount of music, the least amount of experience, and also, if you don't agree, this is my list, so go 200 pump your dad, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, this era is integral because obviously it was Carti's come up era and he had highlight tracks like Broke Boy and Left Right, which really, I think, set the stone for the next era after this. Overall, it's the lowest because it's the oldest, and plus he had the least amount of music out during this era. Don't come for me. On to the next era. Narcissist, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, I remember Narcissist very vividly because I wasn't 7 years old, like his come up era. I remember the tweet, I remember the Instagram post, I remember it was also kinda around when Donda dropped. This era wasn't really like it wasn't special. That's why it's so low. He didn't have a new sound. He didn't have it was just a carrier era till he got to his next album. That's literally it. Yo, I know the red lighting is terrible, but I gotta keep it like this, man. It's for the theme of the video. But I think a majority of people think this era deserves a higher placement because of how high the anticipation was for this specific version of the album, not the other album you're thinking of that people ended up hating on. Bro, this version of the album had amazing songs like fucking Cancun, Molly, Skeleton. But like, this album would have been so tough if he dropped it. But I think the album we actually got, which is later on in the list, is better than this one. I'm sorry, I don't care if you get mad. Go you right now, man. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not giving off Carti aura. I'm aura forming. A lot of people won't believe when I say this, but I was hip to Carti during this era, bro. I was like 9 years old listening to Magnolia. I know I pronounced that shit wrong. Get my dick out your mouth. I've been pronouncing it wrong for years, so I'm not gonna change the way I pronounce it for y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Being a 9-year-old and knowing about an artist, that shows the impact that a certain artist had. So in 2017, 2016, Carti was not as big as he is today, but he was very, very big, very mainstream. This is the era where Uzi and Carti started becoming the signature duo that we know today.
I don't even want this no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't. Carti know damn well he gonna get that shit back.
This era is what I like to call the non-egotistical Carti, the non-narcissistic Carti, because he was actually dropping music. He was a normal human. He would post on Instagram. He would do interviews. This era of Carti had just crazy songs like Yao Ming, Location, which are calming and soothing, but he also had a song where you could just jump up and down to, and also I Could Fuck Your Bitch to. So overall, this is one of my favorite Carti eras, man. It's just when I first started listening to Carti, I know y'all won't believe this, but yes, I was 9 years old listening to Magnolia. If you don't believe me, go fuck yourself. I don't care.
Don't cut you and check, you better sue. This shit is ass, bro. This shit is so bad. Free love touch. Free nigga love. Free oh my god. Free brother.
I remember watching that Aiden Ross stream y'all just saw, and I remember hopping on the bandwagon and hating on Whole Lotta Red. Y'all do not understand nostalgia I get when thinking about that album. I think Whole Lotta Red is the reason we have this new generation of rappers like Ken Lone, Too Hollis, Netspend. I do think Yeet is better, but Whole Lotta Red has direct inspiration on Yeet. It was the first time rappers wanted to be rock stars, and they actually made a rock star album. Overall, I think this album forever changed the rap game, and I think this album will have direct influence on the rap game for the next decade, maybe even 2. This is all because Carti took that risk, which at first people clowned him for. Then after that, he changed the whole rap game.
This is sport. This is sport. This is sport. This is sport. This is sport.
This all started on a random day in December when Carti decided to post I Am the Music banner, which people didn't take seriously until a couple days later he dropped the first single called Different Day, which is just an average Cardi baby boy song. But a couple days later, he dropped 2024, and then Hood by Air, which was a whole new sound from Cardi, and then Backrooms, which is also a whole new sound from Cardi, and then Evil Jordan, and then he goes on a hiatus, didn't drop a song, then he dropped Ketamine, and then recently he dropped All Red. And if you're like, Hottie, why did you put this album at number 2? The era is not over. Let me tell you, like it or not, this is the biggest Playboi Carti might get ever. I think the only album that had more hype than this was Eternal Take. 2024 is almost over. 3 more months for this fucker to drop the album.
You know that I'm smoking dope. I'll be high till next week. No, I had to let her go, cause she can't arrest me.
This era of Carti is not just about Carti's music. This era of Carti has to do with the time the music was dropped. We had Prime Fortnite, we also had Prime 2K, and also having such a beautiful album and such a beautiful era to listen to while experiencing peak was just peak life. Carti also perfects his high emotional stake songs like Fell in Love or Foreign. Also in this era, we first start seeing Rage Carti on the track R.I.P., which is an amazing track, by the way. Carti also went on a crazy feature run during this era. My favorite feature from this era was 100 Racks, where he fully just steals the beat and just makes it his own song. Overall, this Carti era holds a special place in every Carti fan's heart, especially mine, just due to the timing and nostalgia and how I just think back to those better times. I'm like 16, what am I talking about? What Carti simply does to not fall off is he simply just reinvents his whole sound every couple of years.
I said free my dogs from the county. Yeah, the ones on the run from the bounty. Yeah, that means they so wet, need some bounty.